Ever wondered if there's a type of money that's invisible, intangible, and yet incredibly valuable? Well, welcome to the world of cryptocurrency. Now you might be thinking, crypto what? Don't worry, it's not as complex as it sounds. Picture this, a form of currency that exists purely in the digital realm. It's like a secret code that can be used to buy things, except this code is as valuable as gold or sometimes even more. Where does it come from, you ask? Well, it's created through a process called mining, but not the kind that involves picks and hard hats. This mining is done by computers, solving complex mathematical problems. And how is it used? Just like regular money. You can buy things, sell things, save it, or even give it away. So if you've ever wanted to feel like a wizard with a digital wallet full of invisible coins, cryptocurrency might just be your thing. Now imagine it's 2008, and you're an anonymous person or group named Satoshi Nakamoto. What would you do? Why, create Bitcoin, of course. In the middle of the global financial crisis, a white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, was published by an unknown entity known as Satoshi Nakamoto. This mysterious Nakamoto, who has remained anonymous to this day, proposed a system for electronic transactions without relying on trust. Bitcoin was born out of a desire to create a decentralized currency, money that was not controlled by any single entity or government. This was a revolutionary idea at the time. Instead of using banks or credit card companies as intermediaries, Bitcoin transactions would be peer-to-peer, directly between users. But what makes Bitcoin different from traditional money? Well, it's all about the technology behind it. Bitcoin relies on a technology called blockchain. Think of it as a public ledger where all confirmed transactions are included. This ledger is not stored in one place, but distributed across a network of computers, making it nearly impossible to tamper with. The creation of new Bitcoins is also a unique process known as mining. It's not about pickaxes and hard hats, though. Bitcoin miners use powerful computers to solve complex mathematical problems. When they solve a problem, they add a new block to the blockchain and are rewarded with new Bitcoins. It's like a high-tech treasure hunt. Bitcoin's birth was more than just the creation of a new currency. It was the start of a whole new era in finance, the era of cryptocurrency. It opened the door to a world where money could be sent around the globe in seconds, without the need for a bank or government approval. And just like that, Satoshi Nakamoto introduced us to Bitcoin, the invisible money. Abracadabra, anyone? So, how does this magical invisible money work? No, it's not powered by fairy dust or unicorn tears, but something equally as mystical, blockchain technology. Let's break this down. Blockchain is essentially a public ledger, a record of all transactions ever made in a particular cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. Imagine a giant global spreadsheet that's constantly updated and accessible to everyone. That's blockchain for you. It's decentralized, meaning no single entity or person owns or controls it. Instead, it's maintained by a network of computers worldwide, known as nodes. Now let's talk about mining. No, we're not talking about pickaxes and helmets here. In the crypto world, mining is the process of verifying transactions and adding them to the blockchain. This is done by powerful computers solving complex mathematical problems. Once solved, the transaction is verified, added to the blockchain, and voila. The miner is rewarded with a bit of cryptocurrency. This is how new coins are created, but how are transactions made? Well, if Alice wants to send Bob some Bitcoin, she uses her private key, a kind of digital signature, to sign off on the transaction. The transaction information, including Alice's and Bob's public keys, think of them like email addresses, the amount of Bitcoin, and the digital signature, is grouped together into a block. This block then gets broadcasted to the network of nodes, where it's verified and added to the blockchain. And what about security? You might think that a public ledger could be easy to tamper with, but here's the magic part. Once a block is added to the blockchain, it's extremely difficult to change. That's because each block contains a unique code called a hash, as well as the hash of the block before it. Change the information in one block, and you'll need to change the information in all the following blocks, which is virtually impossible. So next time someone tells you magic doesn't exist, just explain to them how cryptocurrency works. It's just like casting a spell, but with a computer. So, we've learned about cryptocurrency, the invisible money. We've discovered its origins and how it works. But what does it all mean? Let's put on our thinking caps and do a quick recap, shall we? Cryptocurrency is like a digital Picasso. It's valuable, it's unique, and it's got quite a story behind it. Born out of the financial crisis in 2008, Bitcoin, the granddaddy of them all, introduced us to a world where control of money could be decentralized. A world where a simple string of code could hold more value than a pile of gold. Sounds like a plot of a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? But here's the kicker. Remember the blockchain we talked about? It's not just a fancy word thrown around at tech conferences. It's the beating heart of cryptocurrency. It's the ledger that records all transactions, the watchful guardian that ensures everything is above board. And it does all this without a central authority. It's like having a robot referee that's impossible to bribe. Now let's tackle some myths. No, cryptocurrency isn't just for shady dealings on the dark web. Much like regular money, it can be used for good and bad. And no, it's not fake money. It's as real as the phone or computer you're using to watch this video. And the most common question of all, is it worth investing in? Well, that's a bit like asking if it's worth investing in art. It all depends on your understanding, your willingness to take risks, and most importantly, your belief in the future of digital currency. But hey, don't take it all too seriously. After all, we're living in a world where a Shiba Inu meme coin can be worth billions. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the rollercoaster ride that is the world of cryptocurrency. And remember, if anyone ever asks you if you believe in magic, just show them your cryptocurrency wallet. Because after all, who needs a wand when you have blockchain technology?